Hello and welcome to Prime at 9. I'm Esther. These are the headlines. Northeast India Petroleum Dealers Association, Greater Guwahati Unit, has called for a 48-hour petrol pump closure in the Greater Guwahati area over their 10-point demand from Friday till Sunday. In the wake of rising inflation, Union Cabinet has approved 3% increase in the dearness allowance of central government employees and pensioners. The Bombay High Court on Thursday said it would hear Aryan Khan's bail application on October 26, informed lawyer Satish Manishinde on Thursday. Now for the news in details. Former Karnataka Chief Minister and senior Bharatiya Janata Party leader B.S. Yediyurappa condemned the drug peddler and drug addict remarks made by the state BJP state president against Rahul Gandhi, stating that no one should speak so disrespectfully. While addressing a by-election campaign in Sindagi of Vijayapura district, Yediyurappa said that the statement made by BJP state president related to Rahul Gandhi is not correct. No one should speak disrespectfully. In the wake of rising inflation, Union Cabinet has approved 3% increase in the dearness allowance of central government employees and pensioners. This will come into effect from 1st July 2021. This will be an additional 3% payable on the existing 28% of basic pay and pension. The decision will benefit 47.14 lakh central government employees and 68.62 lakh pensioners. The move would, however, put a burden of rupees 9,488.70 crore on the government's exchequer every year. In July, the central government had restored dearness allowance benefits for its employees and pensioners and had increased the DA from 17% to 28%. The DA is a part of the salary given to government employees and pensioners. Notably, the payment of DA of employees has not been revised since January 2020. The Bombay High Court on Thursday said that it would hear Aryan Khan's bail application on October 26, informed lawyer Satish Manishinde on Thursday. The court was asked that the matter should be heard by video conferencing, but the judge refused, added Manishinde. Bollywood actor Shah Rukh Khan on Thursday met his son Aryan Khan, who is lodged at Mumbai's Arthur Road jail in connection with the drugs on cruise case. According to jail authorities, the accused were not allowed to have visitors earlier in the wake of the COVID-19, but the restrictions were eased starting today. However, only 2 family members of an inmate are allowed to visit. The actor left after spending 20 minutes, the maximum time allowed for the visitors, with his son. In the wake of the COVID-19 situation, the visitors are restricted from having any physical contact with the jail inmates, and thus Shah Rukh Khan met son Aryan through a glass wall and talked to him through the intercom. A special court in Mumbai on Wednesday refused to grant bail to Aryan and 2 others in connection with the seizure of drugs. Following this, Aryan Khan moved a bail application in the Bombay High Court against the NDPS court order on his bail rejection. Arbas Merchants' lawyer also said that they will move to Bombay High Court today after NDPS rejected their applications. Speaking to ANI, Ali Kasif, Merchants' lawyer, said to be trying to move the bail application of Arbas Merchant in Bombay High Court today. The other 2 are also likely to remove bail applications in the High Court today, Kasif said. An NCB team busted an alleged drugs party on the Cordelia cruise ship, which was on its way to Goa at mid-sea on October 2. A total of 20 people, including 2 Nigerian nationals, have been arrested so far in the case. Flash floods and landslides caused by heavy rains in Uttarakhand have claimed the lives of 54 people in the last few days. A total of 19 people have sustained injuries in various incidents, while 5 are still reported missing. One person had died in Champawat's Banbasa on October 17. As per an updated natural disaster incident report issued on Wednesday, 8 people were reported dead on October 18. Of these, 3 each died in Pauri and Pithoragarh and 2 in Champawat. On October 19, Uttarakhand registered 45 more deaths. Of these, the highest number of deaths were reported in Nainital, 6 in Almora, 8 in Champawat, 2 in Udham Singh Nagar and 1 in Bhageshwar. Damage to properties has also been recorded in Uttarakhand following incessant rains. As many as 46 houses have either been damaged partially or completely as per the report. Meanwhile, Union Minister Amit Shah reached Uttarakhand's DEHRADUN on Thursday to take stock of the situation. As per government sources, Shah likely took an aerial survey in the state today. Telugu Desam Party President and former Chief Minister N. Chandrababu Naidu on Thursday demanded the central government to intervene in the matter of alleged attack of his party offices, said President's rule should be imposed in Andhra Pradesh through Article 356 of the Constitution of India. The former Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh alleged that the Yuva Jana Shramika Raithu Congress Party is responsible for attacking Telugu Desam Party's central office in Mangalagiri. The ruling government is responsible for the attack on the opposition party office, said Naidu. This is an utter failure of law and order in the state, and the police department is acting as a party cadre. The DTB is capable of having their own security if the police fails in giving security to the opposition, he added. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar, who is on a 5-day visit to Israel, today called on Prime Minister Naftali Bennett. He conveyed the greetings of Prime Minister of India Narendra Modi. In a tweet, Dr. Jaishankar said that it was a warm and rich discussion on realizing the full potential of the strategic partnership, and he said that Prime Minister Bennett's purposeful and focused approach to it was deeply encouraging. The External Affairs Minister said that the Prime Minister's sharing of his strategic perspective was also very valuable. He said India and Israel will work even more closely to realize their partnership's vision for the next 30 years. Dr. Jaishankar also called on President of Israel Isaac Herzog. The External Affairs Minister said that the conversation covered changes in the geopolitical landscape. He deeply appreciated the Israel President's visible commitment to taking the bilateral ties to the next level. Dr. Jaishankar unveiled the memorial plaque of Indian Army soldiers who fought at the Battle of Tabsur in the Megiddo Offensive of September 1918. He said that this is a part of a larger India trail that will bring out the role of Indian soldiers in shaping the history of this region. The External Affairs Minister said he is honored to visit the site of the famous Battle of Tabsur of World War I at Ranana. He saluted the valor of the Indian soldiers who made the supreme sacrifice there. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Thursday visited Ram Manohar Lohia Hospital in the national capital as the number of COVID-19 vaccine doses administered in India crossed the 100 crore mark.
Achievement: India's cumulative COVID-19 vaccination coverage crossed 100 crore doses on Thursday. A total of 100 crore vaccine doses have been administered so far to eligible beneficiaries. As per the COWIN portal at 9:47 a.m. today, India's COVID-19 vaccination drive was launched on January 16, 2021. Initially, the vaccination was opened for healthcare workers only. From February, 2 frontline workers were made eligible for vaccination. These included state and central police personnel, armed force and personnel, home guards, civil defense and disaster management volunteers, municipal workers, prison staff, PRI staff and revenue workers involved in containment and surveillance, railway protection force and election staff. The vaccination drive was expanded from March 1 to include persons above 60 years of age and those above 45 years with associated specific 20 comorbidities. It was further expanded to all people above 45 years of age from April 1. From May 1, all persons above 18 years of age were more eligible for COVID-19 vaccination.
Northeast India Petroleum Dealers Association Greater Guwahati Unit has called for a 48-hour petrol pump closure in the Greater Guwahati area over their 10-point demand from Friday till Sunday. As per the press note released by the association, demands include rectification of the issues like forceful selling of lubricants by HPCL, unauthorized and faulty automation, bending of ethanol, unequal credit facility, among others. As per the note, the demands had been placed before the oil marketing company, but they did not respond to the union demands. Their demands had been placed before the OMCs, but they have not headed to them nor have responded to the requests made earlier, which had culminated in several meetings, the note reads. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh on Thursday said that India is among the top 25 defence products exporting nations according to the Stockholm International Peace Research Institute 2020 report. According to the report, for the first time, India is among the top 25 defence products exporting countries list, Singh said, and made the comments while attending an event of defence public sector undertakings. He said defence exports meant an increase in capability, caliber and standard. To promote export of defence items and to make India part of the global defence supply chain, India has set a target of rupees 35,000 crore export in aerospace and defence goods services by 2024-25. He is on a two-day visit to Bengaluru, where he will be attending meetings and visiting the DPSU facilities to review their progress.
डिफेंस आइटम्स के एक्सपोर्ट को बढ़ावा देने और भारत को ग्लोबल डिफेंस सप्लाई चेन्स का हिस्सा बनाने के उद्देश्य से हमने 2024-2025 तक एरोस्पेस और डिफेंस गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज में 35,000 करोड़ रुपए के एक्सपोर्ट का लक्ष्य निर्धारित किया है। यानी 24-25 तक हमको 35,000 करोड़ का एक्सपोर्ट करना है, ये हमारा टारगेट है। डिफेंस एक्सपोर्ट को बढ़ावा देने के लिए सरकार के द्वारा कई प्रभावी कदम उठाए गए हैं। सर्विसेज द्वारा डी इंडक्ट किए गए वेपन्स के एक्सपोर्ट के लिए एक नई स्ट्रेटेजी डिफेंस मिनिस्ट्री ने तैयार की है। ऐसे आइटम्स को इंडस्ट्री द्वारा रिफर्बिशमेंट के बाद फ्रेंडली फॉरेन कंट्रीज को एक्सपोर्ट किया जाएगा और इसकी इंप्लीमेंटेशन गाइडलाइंस को अंतिम रूप अभी दिया जा रहा है।
At the strike of a gavel in Delhi, lights go out in Sivakasi, and with states located thousands of kilometers away place curbs, sales turn out to be a damn squib in the fireworks capital. About 6.5 lakh people in Sivakasi dependent on the fireworks industry suffer from rude market shocks because of last-minute policy and judicial responses to air pollution around the time of Deepavali. The economic impact exacerbated by the COVID-19 pandemic has left workers with lower income and fewer job opportunities in the lurch as the fireworks industry has scaled down its production. A series of blows including demonetization, GST, introduction of green crackers and bans imposed by various states have crippled the industry. Women workers who are typically engaged in labeling, assembling and packaging of crackers and rarely work with chemicals are paid only about half of what men earn. Even these mere wages have taken a hit. On the other hand, many employees have been deprived of hikes for several years, effectively resulting in lower real income due to inflation. Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh flagged off on October 21 the COVID vaccination express of IMPHAL East District from the Chief Minister's Secretariat. 15 vehicles equipped with necessary equipments, vaccines and medical personnel will travel across the district to vaccinate people at their doorsteps. Speaking during the occasion, Chief Minister Biren Singh congratulated Prime Minister Narendra Modi on achieving the 100 crore vaccination mark against COVID-19. Stating that vaccination is the only means to tackle the pandemic, he urged the public to cooperate with the government's efforts towards reducing the number of positive cases to zero.
I would like to congratulate the Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji, for achieving 100 crore of vaccination in all over the country. I used to call him living legend. What we can achieve today is because of his dynamic and hard-working effort as the Prime Minister of the big nation. I think in the history of the world, I can say proudly.
Informing that the COVID vaccination express for other remaining districts will also be flagged off soon, he stated that 90 more vehicles have been ordered for the said purpose. As the State Assembly election is also coming, the Chief Minister urged political parties and people of the state to maintain the SOPs during electioneering as the pandemic is yet to be defeated completely. He requested the people to avoid attending public rallies and meetings if not vaccinated. Regarding the surge of positive cases among children in some pockets of Churachandpur, he stated that an expert team has been sent to look into the matter. After reports from them, the matter about opening schools and colleges would be deliberated, he informed. WOKHA district has now its own Sepak Takraw association. The association was formed on Thursday, October 21st, in the presence of officials of the Nagaland Sepak Takraw Association and supported by the District Sports Office of WOKHA. The association, in its introductory and demonstration program at Mount Sinai School in WOKHA and District Badminton Stadium at GHSS Colony in WOKHA respectively during the occasion, updates on Thursday stated. The newly formed WDSA office bearers are led by T. Thungjebemo Lotha as its president and N. Amos Hamtsoi as its general secretary. Union Home Minister Amit Shah, who reached Uttarakhand, will take stock of the flood situation in the state, where he was welcomed by Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami at the DEHRADUN airport. Shah conducted an aerial survey of the state's affected areas. The death toll due to the floods caused by incessant rainfall since Sunday has climbed to 54. 17 people have been injured till now, while 5 are still missing. Of the total deaths, 28 were reported from Nainital alone. According to an official statement, a majority of the deaths were due to house collapses. 46 of such houses suffered damages. The National Disaster Response Force said on Wednesday that it has rescued over 1,300 people from the affected areas. So far, 17 teams of the NDRF have been deployed across Uttarakhand. Facebook is planning to rebrand itself with a new name next week to reflect its focus on building the metaverse, according to a report by The Verge, which has cited a source with direct knowledge of the matter. As reported by The Verge, citing people privy to the development, the plans for the name change could be the center to mark Zuckerberg's address at Facebook's annual Connect conference, slated to take place on October 28. This may mean the rebranding may happen within October. A different identity for Facebook, however, will not directly affect users because Facebook is still likely to continue as a social media platform. The main purpose, as highlighted in the report, will be to shun the social media label and be rid of all the controversies with the new name. CEO Mark Zuckerberg plans to talk about the name change at the company's annual Connect conference, but it could be unveiled sooner. Inaugurating the Infosys Foundation Visharam Sadan at National Cancer Institute Jhajjar campus of AIIMS, New Delhi, Prime Minister Narendra Modi today said that the government is ensuring that all the AIIMS that are being constructed have night shelters for the families of the patients. Modi said accommodation is one of the biggest problems for those undergoing cancer treatment. He said Infosys Foundation Visharam Sadan at Jhajjar campus of AIIMS will solve this problem. The Prime Minister asserted that National Cancer Institute will help benefit thousands of people combating cancer in acquiring various therapies, medications and medical assistance. Modi said patients living in Delhi, Uttarakhand and Haryana can avail maximum benefits from this facility. The Prime Minister further underlined a fruitful collaboration between the government and corporate world has resulted in building this institute that can scale the healthcare facilities for the people. He said that the government is striving to offer world-class medical infrastructure facilities for the people of the country, especially in the testing times of COVID-19. He said government has taken steps in reducing the price of over 400 cancer medications for optimum affordability to the poor. Modi said India has crossed the 100 crore vaccine dose mark today, and 21st of October has been recorded in the channels of history. He said to counter the largest pandemic in 100 years, the country now has a strong protective shield of 100 crore vaccine doses. Modi said that this achievement belongs to India and to each and every citizen of the country.
आयुष्मान भारत पीएम जय भी इसका एक बेहतरीन उदाहरण है। इस योजना के तहत 2.25 करोड़ से अधिक मरीजों का मुफ्त इलाज हो चुका है और ये इलाज सरकारी के साथ ही प्राइवेट अस्पतालों में भी हुआ है। आयुष्मान योजना से जो देश के हजारों अस्पताल जुड़े हैं, उनमें से लगभग 10,000 प्राइवेट सेक्टर के ही हैं। साथियों, पब्लिक और प्राइवेट सेक्टर के बीच यही साझेदारी मेडिकल इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर और मेडिकल एजुकेशन के अभूतपूर्व विस्तार में भी काम आ रही है। आज जब हम देश के हर जिले में कम से कम एक मेडिकल कॉलेज बनाने पर बल दे रहे हैं, तो इसमें प्राइवेट सेक्टर का रोल भी बहुत अहम है। इसी भागीदारी को बल देने के लिए मेडिकल एजुकेशन से जुड़ी गवर्नेंस में बहुत बड़े रिफॉर्म्स किए गए हैं। नेशनल मेडिकल कमीशन का गठन होने के बाद भारत में प्राइवेट मेडिकल कॉलेज खोलना और आसान हुआ है। साथियों, हमारे यहां कहा गया है, दान दिए धन ना घटे, नदी ना घटे नीर, यानी दान करने से धन घटता नहीं है, बढ़ता है। इसलिए जितनी सेवा करेंगे, दान करेंगे, उतनी ही संपत्ति बढ़ेगी।
That's all for Prime at 9. I'm Esther. Keep watching Hornbill TV.